So remember when I was like, hey, Brant, I know we're working on this e-commerce business, but have you ever thought about roofing?
Yeah.
And as funny as that sounds, like we had our great friend Reno, who's now our partner, was running a very early startup in the roofing space. He was a client of ours. And we kind of sat down and I was like, Brant, like, I want to go work on this problem.
And this had come at the tail end of you and I doing these long grinds of weeks trying to validate this other product and getting to the cusp of actually sort of figuring it out. We started looking at this roofing space and talking with Reno, and they were pulling the product from Reno that was, you know, fairly immature at
Nascent,
the time.
super
like,
nascent.
Well, what, 3 people working on it, and not a lot of structure to the actual product being delivered, but calls like every day, all the time, when can I get on the list for your product? And that's just like a much different feeling than what we were doing.
And the other thing was, you know, because we lived it, I don't know if there's a more miserable space to be building into than, hey, we're gonna build software on top of Shopify for e-commerce. Very oversold category. Whereas roofing, no one's showing up to Y Combinator being like, you know what space I want to work in?
Yeah.
Roofing.
Yeah.
But that was a feature, not a bug for us.
Yeah.
There are other companies that have built satellite imagery companies in the roofing space, CRMs, like vertical SaaS. There's lots of those, but nobody's really tried to approach it from the standpoint of like, we're going to take the actual work and rearrange it.
I think to build a venture-backed startup or any sufficiently large company, and when I say that, like, you know, $1 billion plus, there has to be leverage somewhere. There has to be arbitrage. And, you know, I think the way that a typical roofing company thinks about this, growing their business, is add more people. You know, that can scale to be a large business, but you kind of know right out of the gate that you're like locked at a fairly small margin. And for us, we're looking at how we can use technology to basically create that arbitrage. So that's, how do we create enough value for the contractors we work with where they're willing to do work with us? How do we create enough value for the homeowners we're working with, for the companies that we serve? And technology happens to be, you know, writing lines of code happens to be one of the best ways to do that.